Man, episode 74 of the Respect My Region Morning Joint podcast. I'm your host, Joey JayPing. We got a great episode today. I went to Outside Lands this weekend. I saw Kendrick Lamar for the first time in 10 years. Wow. I specifically stayed an extra night in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, specifically to see Kendrick. I changed my whole schedule, changed my life just to see Kendrick kill it. Friday evening, Golden Gate Park, San Francisco. First ever music festival coverage in San Francisco from your boy. Wow. Wow. Kendrick, his performance, incredible. Was he running around the stage, jumping, hooting, and hollering? No. Was it artistic? Was it impactful? Was it incredible? Yes. Something you guys got to understand about Kendrick is that whether you like the songs or whether you understand them or not, there are quite literally millions of people that relate to that. Quite literally millions of people. And so check out Kendrick, support him, like, follow, subscribe, stream his shit, download it, buy it. Very few artists in the last decade have had the impact culturally that Kendrick Lamar has had. So my experience was absolutely wonderful. I hope that you guys get to see Kendrick perform someday and make sure that you really take it all in. The art, the dancing, the lyricism, there's truly magic in his sets. There's a lot of intentionality between what he's trying to get communicated both lyrically and also visually with what you see on the stage. And so it was an absolutely incredible performance. Absolutely incredible performance. Now, what's funny is I got there at I walked in at about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I got to walk around the festival for about an hour or two. And then Kendrick's set was at 9:55. And walking around the festival was super dope. We're in these trees. The famous San Francisco fog rolled in. It was kind of misting and like raining slightly. It was cool, man. It couldn't have been any more San Francisco. It was so cool. The people was vibing. The trees. We were in this Golden Gate Park, man. We were in the trees. They had lighting up high in the trees, colors, making it glow with this fog. They had some Smokey the Bear activations, San Francisco, really close to all the forest fires up in Northern California. So they were definitely speaking to that crowd. It was wonderful. I had some really good pizza. I had a liquid nitrogen frozen s'mores taco after that pizza. My dessert was crazy. A s'mores taco, liquid nitrogen frozen. They heated up the marshmallow and then froze it. And so it maintained, it was just the weirdest. It was crazy. It was really odd. Overall experience, phenomenal. Walking around the grasslands area, they had this legal area. Like you had the main stages, this big park area, all the food. And they had this area in the trees and up a hill called Grasslands, which was the legal cannabis area, the recreational cannabis brands, Sluggers, D-Tie, Packs, Weed Maps, retailers like Mission Organic, San Francisco, Embark. You had Lowell there. You had Pabst, Blue Ribbon serving up their drinks and their root beers. You had Nug. You had Curvana. You had some really, really solid brands from California's legal cannabis market all here. They had lines. These festival goers were in line for pre-rolls. They were in lines for edibles. They were in lines buying drinks. It was super normal and super cool. That's the whole point, man. Pushing this cannabis shit farther, one day, one event at a time. So big shout out, big respect to Weed Maps for being the presenting sponsor for Grasslands and for uniting with numerous retailers and brands to really bring this to life. Absolutely incredible. Now, again, the one set that I truly saw was Kendrick. That's what I went there to see. That's what I saw. That's what I watched. The whole set. Incredible. Big shout out to the curators. Big shout out to the stages. There was some odd news coming out of there was some news coming out of Outside Lands about a certain stage being shut down on Saturday due to the floor not being safe. Shout out to Outside Lands for canceling that and not putting people in a more unsafe situation. Shout out to there was, after the festival, a body was found. So there was a person found in a bag that was dead. So that was scary. That happened. I woke up to that and saw that on the news. That was yesterday and today. These big city festivals, man, these big festivals, you guys got to be safe. My heart, my condolences, my respect goes out to the person who lost their life at Outside Lands or around it or however that worked. Super sad. It's very surprising. And it's definitely traumatizing because you think about like all the guys, the girls, the travelers, the tourists that go to these festivals across the world and they go by themselves. I was there by myself. You just really truly never know what can happen, and so you guys got to be safe. Again, my condolences, big respect. My love goes out to the family of those affected, to the friends of those affected. RIP for sure. But Outside Lands, outside of the stage, outside of that, outside of the weather, which I feel like was pretty normal, everything was really fantastic. It did not get too cold. It did not rain too hard. I was only there literally from 8 o'clock until about midnight. Caught literally the last shuttle back. Dude sitting next to me was asleep. We were exhausted. It was a lot. But it was absolutely fantastic. So big shout out to Outside Lands for that. I went to Hard Summer Music Festival previous weekend before that. Another city music festival, Los Angeles, downtown. It was great. That one was actually in the hood, straight up. Martin Luther King by USC, right next to New Age Care Center. Fuck, bro, you're like 1 to 2 to 3, 4, 5 blocks away from just real activity. And that, a true LA festival, a true LA event of that scale always has a ton of food vendors at it, outside it, before it. There were people selling shrooms outside of it, just straight up delivery services. California is crazy, y'all. California is just crazy. Now, Hard Summer versus Outside Lands, not the same. You can't compare them. They can't go head to head. Just because they're a major music festival, similar artists, they can't go head to head. They can't be compared. The vibes are too different. The point of the festival was not the same. The goal, it's not the same. So I really enjoyed it though. Hard Summer was hard. It was hot. It was sticky. It was gross. Every time you touched someone's shoulder, you slipped right off. Ugh. It was disgusting. But people were raging. That's the point. Hard Summer. Go hard. It was right. It was I went the day after my birthday. It was a great way to celebrate it. I did go by myself. I did run into a human that I was friends with 7.5 years ago. I haven't seen her in 7 years. So I ran into a friend unexpectedly. That was wonderful. But yeah, Hard Summer was great. Outside Lands Music Festival, great. 10 out of 10s. I recommend going and checking it out. Both of them bucket list items in the festival space. Now, up next on the music coverage, you guys, Travis Scott's Utopia album. We did a review on that. If you guys haven't checked out Travis Scott's new album, I'm only gonna 7 out of 10 recommend it. I'm not a Travis Scott fan. I'm Travis Scott aware, but I am not a Travis Scott fan. I don't have him followed or subscribed anywhere. I'm not checking every video. I don't listen to every song. Every rapper that I like that features Travis Scott, I don't go out of my way to listen to it. I'm just not that big or a fan at all. But that's not to say that I'm not aware of his music, what's going on, what he's creating, those things. And so we have an album review. Just to give you guys a quote from the album, Scott once again proves his dominance in the current hip-hop sphere, even as Utopia isn't a typical mainstream pop rap album. It was tailor-made for a diehard Travis Scott fan. Many of the tracks are sprawling in length, defying the usual make songs short for short attention spans and streaming numbers standard. Big fan of Noah's writing. Shout out to our main hip-hop contributor here as well, Quran, for joining the stream. Make sure y'all go check out his work as well. But this Travis Scott release, again, is it his best work? Is it changing the game? Nah, it's really just more of the same, and it's something that's perfect for his fans. And so he did have he got a couple songs on here that have some crazy features, Del Resto featuring Beyonce, FEIN featuring Playboi Carti, Meltdown featuring Drake. The Drake song arguably has been the one that I keep finding myself listening to on accident. Spotify just keeps playing it. So we're going. See, when I hear this, I can't help but hear and I know Travis is from Houston, but I can't help but hear ASAP Rocky a decade ago. I can't help but think about Drake a decade ago. I can't help but think about all these other artists that already did this sound. And here again, we are just with another Travis Scott project that just literally sounds more of the same. Now, again, making it a project for your fans, I'm not beefing with. It sounds like all of the other songs. Nothing phenomenal on here. Having Beyonce, Drake, and Lil Uzi Vert, and Playboi Carti, those are 3 of the 20 biggest artists in the world right now. So, or 3 of the 30 biggest artists in the world. So it's just manufactured to go crazy anyways. Are they going to get their money back? Who knows? Those are expensive features. But yeah, Travis Scott dropped a new album. That's my thoughts, and that's Noah's thoughts. So definitely worth tapping in. We have another feature. This one more so for the up-and-coming artists. Bandcamp unveils a new listening parties feature for indie artists. So we're going to just touch on this. For those of you that are artists, this is really important because listening parties for artists to connect with your fans is another way for you to build loyalty, for you to touch base with your fans, give them an opportunity to discover something new, support with social media follows or subscriptions, or straight up buy and download things that are for sale by you. So for such a performance-based industry, innovation became the only way to survive. In order to maintain connection with fans, artists turned to live streaming services like Twitch to put on shows from the safety of their homes because of COVID, right? Remember all the fucking streaming? I mean, I'm streaming right now, right? So we're still doing it. So now that some of the aspects of the industry have returned to in-person action, it may appear that things have returned to normalcy. However, for independent electronic and indie artists, the adaptive music scene is informed how they find success. Musicians still use streaming platforms as a way to connect. Okay. So Bandcamp, you guys already know, Bandcamp's been around for a while. They do these listening parties now. It's a new feature. Go check it out. Bandcamp allows artists to receive direct purchases of their music, receiving around 82% of the money. Great for you. Beyond that, artists can directly sell physical merchandise from the same page that fans stream their content from. For many small indie and punk artists, Bandcamp provides more revenue than all other streaming services combined. This provides hope that listening parties will help continue to foster artistic growth and control. So what is a listening party? This month, Bandcamp launched a new service called a listening party. These events exist with the goal of catching fans' reactions in real time while experiencing a pre-recorded album. Features like this may prove to improve economic accessibility for artists who want to build a live audience. Rather than needing expensive streaming equipment for a live show, artists can choose to use the music they've already created to curate an interactive experience. So you're an artist, you're a brand, you're dropping something. To create a listening party to showcase your new product, to create a listening party to showcase your new music, to communicate and talk with your fans. Huge. Another opportunity, another dedicated avenue to connect with your fans. Bandcamp's listening parties. Imagine how powerful that can be. You've got 100 dedicated fans locally. You've got 1,000 dedicated fans across the country. Your Spotify has 10,000 followers. And now you can go on Bandcamp and you can do a listening party. You can do a live event that allows you to pre-upload your music, pre-upload your pre-recorded album, and set a live event up so that way people can listen to your music. You can talk, stream. How valuable is that? You do that consistently. You build loyalty. You talk to your fans consistently. You build it organically. It's huge. Big shout out to Beard Bros for sliding through. The most respected cannabis publication, period. Shout out Beard Bros for sliding through. Now, from a time commitment perspective, Bandcamp's team made listening parties very simple. Artists can schedule listening parties in just a few minutes. The user interface remains clean, and Bandcamp automatically covers emailing your fans and doing the back-end work. In many ways, artists may find this easier than a Twitch stream or a YouTube premiere. Those are both things you should do. Twitch, YouTube premieres. Those are all things you should do. But now you talk about Bandcamp, where music fans already are. Let me ask you this question. If you got $50,000 to your name, and you know that you're going to launch a business, you're going to bet it all on your business. Are you going to take that 50 bands? Are you going to go rent out an expensive ass spot in a mall and have to battle against competition that has way bigger budgets, brand names like Nike, Michael Kors, designer shit? Or are you going to pop into an area where you know there's thousands of people ready to buy what you sell? Already. And you don't have to compete against the others. Now, they both have people ready to buy. Malls, maybe a plaza somewhere. They both have businesses. They're all big. It's very common knowledge. You go to these places to buy shit. But are you going to compete against the hyper-saturated competition area? You're going to compete against the one where it's a little bit more easy. When you only got so much money, when you're a struggling independent artist, your dollars have to go farther. Your money, your investment has to have real results. So the lower barrier to entry, do that consistently. There is extreme value in understanding the value of underpriced attention. It's a Gary Vee quote, underpriced attention. Just because all the big brands are in the mall, just because all the artists in the world are over here on YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, you should be. You should be in those areas. But do you have to put the same level of attention, the same investment into all of those? You have to decide that for yourself. Where are your fans? What is the best way for you to connect with them? Bandcamp is for music fans. Twitch is for everybody. Facebook for everybody. YouTube for music, but it's for everybody. So how can you get it niched in? If you only have so much money and your dollars have to go farther, you only have so much time, kids, wifey, girl, boy, who cares? If you only have so much time, You have to allocate it to areas where you can realistically grow it more efficiently. Bandcamp's listening parties, super valuable. Are you going to use it right? Here we go. Bandcamp asserts that the opportunity for artists to gain revenue seems high. Listening parties include links to purchase and pre-order the selected album. Musicians can even choose to limit the live chat to fans who have financially supported their work. You can speak to the people that have already supported your work. Come on. It's huge. The inclusion of chat moderators brings some hope that the platform may feel safer than places like Twitch and SoundCloud for artists. A lot of haters, a lot of bots on those other platforms. Bandcamp, moderators included. How wonderful is that? So you're an artist, now you get moderators built into your listening parties. It's huge. Supporter-only chat. When enabled, only fans who have financially supported you are able to post chat messages. You can turn that on and off. So you can make sure that your brand is perceived in a certain way by only allowing fans to post comments on your streams who've supported you in the past. It's great. Is it as authentic as you need it to be? It's up to you. How does your brand communicate? Overall, Bandcamp's listening parties reflect a continuous decisions to put artists in the driver's seat. Shout out to Bandcamp. Sort of like Patreon for music streaming, Bandcamp provides an alternate route for independent musicians to make a living. Support them. Download Bandcamp. Don't be afraid of listening to artists' music on Bandcamp. It's just another music platform. As technology continues to shape what live music means, artists will continuously adapt to find new ways to connect with their audience. Even when the industry seems unforgiving, musicians, you guys, can still do your best to make it work for them. Give people more opportunities to connect with you and do it consistently, okay? Bandcamp unveils listening parties to connect artists with fans. Wake up. Use it. And if I don't start getting hit with some listening party invites, you guys are not working hard enough. Y'all heard it here first. It's not all just about being in the studio. You got to connect your art to fans. Got to make it easy for us. All right. Up next, we got some Pacific Northwest rap music releases. Now, I hope that y'all are ready. I hope you guys are excited. I'm going to cover some rap music real quick. I'm going to cover some new music coming out of the Northwest, all right? We got D-Nice, a.k.a. Denise. I'm not sure how to say it yet. I just don't know. She dropped a Cityscape Sessions with Ivan Schutz. Shit goes hard. It's very rare that you hear a singer in today's world, let alone an R&B singer. So big shout out to her for coming through with a beautiful Cityscape Sessions episode. It's D-Nice or Denise. I don't know. They didn't say. Up next, hold on. Let me go ahead. We're going to stream this. We're going to stream this so you guys can see it. One sec. Let me bring it up. All right. Y'all ready? Yeah, here we go. So up next, we had Flav, another relatively unknown local artist out of the Pacific Northwest. I'm not sitting here saying that every artist we feature is the one, is the shit. They're popping. But when I was looking and I'm searching and I'm diving, there's just not a lot of information about these artists that I'm writing about. But Flav, I fuck with this. I fucked with this track. And so here we go. I fucked with this track.
Anybody want it, you can come and try to press me. Scoring all these goals, you would think that I was messy. Eating all this bread, young five, getting hefty. Drop it with a left, but I ain't no lefty. Chicken noodle soup, yeah, I'm drifting in the coupe. No, I'm Mexicano, so I'm bumping banda too. Selling all these birds, fucking with the nerds. Calculating money moves, say I have matured. Rolling on my wrist, you can say that I'm the man. Only problem that I want is too many bands. Remember as a youngin' coloring with the crayons. Now I'm rolling in the bands, thanks to my fans. Coming from a city where there wasn't no traffic. Getting hella promos, you can say I'm bringing static. Say I want it all, yeah, I really got the magic. Get in my way, gonna move you automatic. Anybody anybody want it, you can come and try to press me. Scoring all these goals, you would think that I was messy. Eating all this bread, young fly, getting hefty. Dropping with a
Slave coming through with a track, with a video, Press Me. I fucked with it. Simple as that. Like, the beat has me bobbing. The motherfucking bars had me wondering what's coming next. And it was catchy. I fuck with that. Up next, we got Laze and James Light. Open until 2. We've been featuring Laze for years. And I stand by the statement that I definitely believe she got the dopest. I think from a music making standpoint, I think she got the dopest pen out of Seattle. I think between her and Paris Alexa, they both got the dopest pens. I think from their sound, what they create, I think both of those two artists got the dopest pens for making music, period. I think Laze has the talent to make music that could be done by Cardi to Nicki to, you know, singers like Ella May. You know, I truly believe that her skill set crosses and transcends not just genres, but also mainstream to independent and back, you know, vice versa. And so this track, Open Till 2.
Blurry, I ain't worried, girl, I'm coming for you. Told them mother, oh, take a number. Cause they know that I'm fucking with you. Back shots till your back hurt. Yeah. Lights, cameras on, she an actor. Future in your eyes, waving Baxter. Now look me in my eyes, do it faster. Whoa, whoa. You been taking shots from the low blow. Taking all the power with my mojo. Crazy in the city, we been loco. Cause we ain't got nothing to lose. Nothing to do.
So we didn't get Laze on that preview. So let me go ahead and open the full track. It's, to me, I mean, it's important. Y'all need to hear her specifically. No disrespect to homie, but we got to actually slap this. Yeah, see? See, you know what I'm saying? It's just so smooth. It's so smooth. Like, man, just, and what's crazy is when you meet her in person and you listen to her talk and you catch the vibe, you can just tell she's different. You can tell she's magical. And like I said, I stand behind this statement that coming out of the Northwest, I think Laze, Paris Alexa, bar for bar, pen for pen, I think they're the two firest out there in the game. And Laze specifically has the ability to just make music that could be done by her or somebody extremely famous and already popping, and you wouldn't notice. You wouldn't even notice the dopeness level drop off, in my opinion. The only difference is that Laze ain't that famous yet. So support her, man. Search her online, Laza, and follow and subscribe to every fucking thing. And don't sleep anymore on Laze, you guys. I really am a big fan. Big shout out. All right, all right, all right. What else we got? What else we got? Okay, Isaac Jacuzzi, Weed in the Morning. Another great, another great artist coming out of Seattle. Isaac Jacuzzi been doing his thing for quite a while. Big fan of his work. This is more of a reggae. It's a good track. It's not what we expected from Isaac Jacuzzi, but if you really go listen to the whole track, you can hear his, we'll call it Seattle trap elements, just bits and pieces of his usual music being included and integrated. And in this case, because the song's called Weed in the Morning, infused into this new uh, reggae. So I liked it. Do I listen to reggae every day? No, I do not. I do enjoy it for a change of pace. And so, as a fan of Isaac Jacuzzi, definitely something that I can now slap at a little barbecue or at a little event anywhere across the country where cannabis is being smoked. So I'll fuck with that. Um, Next, shout out my guy Mafi D. Everybody you show love. Oh, I'm sorry. Everybody you love, show hate. New project. He got a song on there called From the Jump with Mike Jack, Big Sad, Fire. It's coming in hot. So we're going to play a little preview real quick. This beat is crazy. Oh, oh. Man, these artists from Seattle are coming in with some fire. You're getting better production. You're getting more and more effort on the lyricism. You're getting creativity. It's like I do see in the comments a lot. I'm looking like I look online in its comments, and I can't help but see the haters saying Seattle don't got a sound. Seattle sounds like everybody else. Seattle this, Seattle that. And I'm just here to tell you that I do listen to music from all over the place, and I do it every single week, every single day. I don't just listen to music from any one place because I am not just from Washington. I was born in San Jose, raised in Indiana and Texas. My mom lived in Florida, and then back to Washington, and now Cali. I have been all over the place. And so growing up listening to the radio stations in Indiana or in Texas, you get hit with Southern music all the time. You get hit with East Coast music all the time. Then you also get stuck with hitting the West Coast stuff after it's already been popping on the West Coast. So it's super interesting uh, how people think that there's not truly a unique sound. And so, big fan of what I've been hearing out of the Northwest. It's been killing it. It's been crushing it. We got Blake Anthony up next here. Morpheus Exit. Taylor, our head editor for music out of the Northwest, covered the project more in depth on her Word Around Sound. So I'm a big fan of his work. He's been a supporter of us for years, physically at events, performances, freestyles, all of it. So this project definitely worth checking out. I hope you guys tap in and get to experience that. All right, here we go. We're going to share the screen one more time. I'm going to play this one for you guys. I do really enjoy. I really enjoy Blake's work. Hip hop shit for sure.
Young Kano rolled up and flipping through the air like a bankroll. Nah, nigga, I can't fold. My feelings stay cold. Sometimes I stay home, watching the clouds until my day gone. Let me hit to stay warm. The universe is black and cold. My nigga, why should I be warm? Because of the Earth's core, because of the starlight. Who should decide to glow in my life? Figured I'd keep it underground like pterodactyls. Climb about when I see mathematics. The music only brought me life. It taught me have some patience.
Woo! You guys, I can't. I gotta take it off. It's too hard. Go check it out. Go support it. Listen to the whole thing. Subscribe to his channel. Make sure y'all go in one of the dopest real rappers. He's out of Tacoma. Tap in, the Northwest. We don't sleep. They just keep working. And then there are 2 more tracks that I'm excited to share. We got TBU Kwani and Toozer, Many Men. I think I'm saying that right. I'm really hoping I'm saying it right finally. This song came out in May. This video, Dropouts.
Sell out, it's a drop now. Every time we pop out, got them Glocks out.
This shit
Damn,
fire,
let
man.
them shots off, got the cops called. Do my dance, popping bottles in the club. All my brothers will be thuggin', you know we full of drugs. Slide down, baby, I'ma throw them ones. Oh, I'm trying to take you home if I get to throwing dubs. Oh, yo, nigga in his club, so he hating, right? Let him start some shit, I'ma end his night. Yeah, tonight, I'ma clap his ass. Ain't talking round applause, talking about this match. TBU, I be hanging with them dropouts. Every time I sell out, it's a drop now. Every time we pop out, got them Glocks out. Damn, let them shots off, got the cops called. TBU, I be hanging with them dropouts. Every time I
Goes hard. It goes hard. It's a vibe. It's a bop. He's spitting. It's fun. I'm with it. Next one, last but not least, we got Toozer, Many Men featuring Make a Million. Make a Million just dropped another track too. We're gonna feature that this week. Right now, though, tap in. Last track of the day. This week's Local Music Wednesday. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. Episode 74, Morning Podcast. That's some new music.
Strictly for the bag, I'm not here to make friends. I see my mom and pops working and I just sit back like, damn, I gotta win. I keep a Glock, cause without it, my chance of living very slim. I feel like 50, I'm a young nigga, hated by many. I'm in my Duffy, say I'm lucky, but really who is stopping me? Must be stupid, think I'm playing by my broccoli in the club, so it's a stab off if I can't bring my chopper in the vid. Blade shining on my hip for every eye to see. Man, these niggas hella sad, pillow talking to.
It's different. It's definitely more in line with today's young kids, their flows, their cadence, their style. I'm not here to hate on it. I'm here to show it love. Many Men featuring Make a Million by Toozer. Check it out. Subscribe, follow, all the things. If you like local Pacific Northwest music, we have the show for that. I believe that was 8, 9, 10 tracks for y'all. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy the music that we share on these episodes. We do this every week, every Wednesday. I feature new music. So up next, we interviewed a legendary legacy cannabis guy that goes by the name of Richard DeLisi. You guys can check out his brand down in Florida. I believe it's in Massachusetts. But we interviewed Richard DeLisi and the fam at the 2023 Hall of Flowers. And, you guys just got to remember, man, there's still people in jail and in prison for weed. You guys just got to remember that there are still people sitting in prison, sitting in jail for weed charges while weed is legally sold right now in like 37, 38 states or whatever it is. And so I ask you guys, please, if you are old enough to vote, please go vote to legalize cannabis. Please go vote to make the taxes for legal cannabis lower. Please get out there and advocate for legal cannabis everywhere, for better tax situations, so that way more and more people can get into this industry, Black, brown, Asian, whatever. We want more diversity in this space. The way it is currently set up in most states is not for the people that were affected most by the war on drugs. I am half Mexican. I look white. Here in LA, I get treated differently than I used to get treated in Seattle. I'm obviously looking a certain way compared to the general local population here. It's incredibly important that we encourage equality, that we encourage social equity, that we encourage advocacy for legal cannabis, that we encourage the right proper taxation from cannabis to help build better bridges, to pay our teachers better, to bring more local programs into the community. Cannabis is a multi-billion dollar industry, but we got to fix the tax situation. So please go vote to figure out the cannabis situation. Vote for legalization, vote to get people out of jail for cannabis, and please vote to lower the taxes locally. Okay? Super important. People like Richard DeLisi, people like Luke Scaramazzo, Weldon, these people spent real time in jail. And it was during, times and eras where cannabis was becoming legal. And now that it is fully legal, we got to make some changes. So I ask that of all of you. Please go have impact on your local cannabis industry. Now, moving forward, I have an article that I personally wrote up about 4 really cool cannabis devices. Some really cool products that I've reviewed recently. The Puffco Peak Pro 10-year anniversary. The OXO C-Note. The Hitoki Laser Bomb. And the Uka. Big fan of the Uka product. I'm going to show you guys. Here are the 4 devices. The Uka. When you think of cannabis consumption devices that come to mind, did you imagine an electronic hookah ever existing? This one here is in collab with 7-9, and the Uka device was wonderful. It got me high. It got me a really body high. There was the Puffco Peak Pro, which is perfect for dabs. A lot of people say they don't like the Puffco. I love the Puffco. I've become a big fan of its device as a daily user. It's the ability to control the temp, as well as just the overall rip and we'll call it durability. The OXO C-Note by C-Cell. OXO is actually a series of products from C-Cell that is for cannabis consumption. They're not just like vape hardwares. These are dabbing devices, bubblers, things like that. C-Cell clearly going at Dr. Dabber with their own devices. And this particular one is one that I actually really enjoyed. The C-Note, not only did it light up and have different colors and LED lighting, flashing as you ripped it, but it also had the ability for you to just keep switching out the ceramic, bowl chamber thing, and you can constantly get a fresh rip out of it. Some of the other ceramic chambers and these other devices, they do burn, they do get stained, and so that particularly was cool to just be able to switch out the chamber using these tongs. Last but not least, for the 4 super cool cannabis devices you guys should try, the Hitoki Laser Bomb was a really cool device that my roommate and I tried a few months ago. Not exactly the daily user for either of us, considering that I smoke joints. He uses a smaller bowl piece from the session bongs that we have. But when we want to bring out a cool device and kind of show off the cannabis technology and how cool and how far things have come, we definitely pull out the Hitoki Laser Bong. And there's a freaking laser beam on it. So it literally uses a laser to burn the weed and create the smoke that you then breathe in and blow out. So super cool. The Hitoki Laser Bong. 4 super cool cannabis devices you all should try. Check them out. Tap in. Oh, you got Mitch talking from YouTube now. Super dope. Last but not least, they cloned Tyrone is the hit of the summer. Netflix. Don't sleep on it. Here's your recommendation. Came in hot from our gentleman, Nolan Kelly. He watches everything on TV, on Netflix. He's our official TV show and or movie reviewer, updater. So, man, it's the sleeper hit of the summer. So go check that shit out. You guys, this was episode 74 of the Morning Joint Podcast. I'm your host, Joey JayPing. I really appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure you guys go check out the last week's Local Music Wednesday featuring Blake Anthony, Make a Million, Toozer. We had Mafi D on there. Go check that out. Slap that. Support, follow, all the things. Flaves, Press Me Song, Fire. Isaac Jacuzzi on there. Go check all that shit out. Go buy these super cool cannabis devices. Ask about those at your local smoke shop. Make sure you guys hit up some dispensaries and ask for that RMR Legacy Smalls. Respect My Region weed available in Washington and California. I curate it here in Cali. Mitch and the homies curate it up in Washington. So you know we putting fire in these bags. Tap in about that. Subscribe. Ask us. Let us know. We got you. And don't forget, artists, listening parties now available on Bandcamp. Utilize it. Send us some invites. We'd like to check it out. Maybe be a part of it. I will see you guys next week. I appreciate y'all. Episode 74, Morning Joint Podcast. RMR Legacy Smalls. We'll see y'all next time. Woo! Peace, you guys. Peace, peace.